2, and 3. Okay, so the probability, so that means this is the probability distribution for X. Okay, 2, the probability is 2/5. And 3, the probability is 3/5. So you see the sum of the probability is, okay, so now, so from this variable X, okay, they ask you to form, so you must know what is the meaning of S2. Okay, who can explain to me what is the meaning of S2? Exam, I will ask you, there's one part, what is S2? Okay, can someone try to give me what is S2? Can someone tell me what is S2? You don't want to check whether your answer is right or wrong.
Sum of sample size 2.
Okay, so we will say sum of samples, or it's better if we can say random sample. Random samples, okay, with, okay, if you instead of say size 2, you can also say sum of random samples with 2 observation, also can. Or if you say with size 2, also can. Up to you. You get me? Hello? So when you, okay, first of all, you have to know how to explain. Then the next one, okay, we are not answering part A yet. I'm just teaching you how to explain things. Okay, then another one will be, you have to know this variable S2. So this variable S2 is a distribution. Hello? With mean equal to, okay, what is the mean? Do you know what is the mean? Wenjie? Wenjie, can you tell me the mean?
I don't know, Miss.
Huh? How come you don't know? There are so many numbers here. You just give me a number lah. You cannot use I don't know to shun me off. I told you already. There is no such thing in Miss Low class. Wenjie? Wenjie?
2/5.
Okay, why you choose 2/5? Why you choose 2/5? You tell me. Okay, You choose 2 over 5. Do you know what is 2 over 5 in this means? It means probability of X. Wenjie, Miss To ask you a question. Do you want to pass your maths or not?
Of course, Miss.
Of course. But yeah, everyone said they want to pass, but did you do anything about it? That is the 2 over 5 represent. Then the probability of X equal to 2 is 2 over 5. So am I talking about X? Am I talking about the probability? I'm talking about the mean. This is mean of S2 distribution. So someone text this to me, 13 over 5. Can someone confirm? Is this the correct answer?
Yes.
Yes. Wenjie, would you like to know how to get this answer?
Yes, please.
Then you ask your friend. Don't ask me. Your friend know how to do
Okay,
it.
thank you, Miss.
You ask your friend now. Call any of your friends to explain to you now. You can see the name of your classmate, correct? Wenjie?
Yes, Miss, I'm asking now.
You call his name, then the person have to answer me, okay? In the class, not privately.
Oh, Miss, I remember now. I have to use calculator, right?
You use calculator, okay? Then you tell me how to use calculator.
You go stat, add this
Mm.
one, X, your L1 is 2 and 3,
Ah,
L2 is 2 over 5, and
ah.
3 over 5.
Okay, so what you
I
what?
remember now.
Okay, then how? You get 13 over 5.
Wait. Then after that, you go stat again. 1 var, stat, list L1, frequency, list L2, and yeah. Then you
So what do you
get
get?
2.6.
Oh, 2.6. Okay, so you get 2.6. Okay, is 2.6 the mean of the S2 distribution? Huh? Adrian? According to just now Wenjie say, the way they calculate, they key this into L1, L2. Okay, then after that, they use 1 bar stack. Yeah. Then they get this number, the mean show as 2.6. Is this the mean of S2 distribution? Adrian? Adrian, are you in the class?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is this the S2, the mean of the S2 distribution?
No.
No. Hello, the rest of the class? So it's no. Why not, Adrian?
Because
What is this, Adrian? You tell them.
it's a sample mean.
Are you sure this is a sample mean? This is the mean of the population X. Correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So we have this formula whereby you have to write down the mean of Sn is equal to n times the mean of the population. Do you write this one down in your notes? So, Wenjie, tell me, what is the mean of S2 distribution? Wenjie?
Sum of random samples with 2 observation.
So I want to know what is the mean. Tell me the value. Tell me how to get the answer.
5.2.
How you get 5.2?
N equals to 2, then I times the population mean.
So now can you please remember?
Yes, okay. Sorry, miss.
Okay, then what is the standard deviation of the S2 distribution? Stephanie,
Yes, Miss.
you better start to prepare your one-page handwritten notes. I'm telling you. Whatever I discuss here means I will ask you. What is the standard deviation?
Is it?
You see, there is a result. You all didn't consolidate your notes.
Standard deviation divided by the square root of n.
No, that is for mean.
Oh,
That is for sample mean distribution. I'm talking about the sum of random samples with
Oh,
2 observation, or sum of random sample with sample size 2.
is it 5.2 times the square root of n?
Why 5.2?
Because it's your mean of
No,
the distribution.
that is not the right formula. You see, there are a lot of formula. Young people, please write it down. I don't expect you to remember the formula because you can bring in one-page handwritten notes. So you have no right to tell me that I cannot remember. You fail your test, you scold yourself for not preparing. Okay. So do you know the standard deviation of X? Wenjie, tell me what is the standard deviation for the population? Just how you do the one bar stack there?
The standard population standard deviation is 0.490.
So the standard deviation will be square root of 2 times 0.490. Stephanie,
Yes, Miss.
Wenjie, can you please, how you should write down in your notes, you have to say, this is the population mean. How to get the population mean from the calculator, please write it down. When you do your report, you also can describe to people how you get it using technology. Then how is it related to this? Please write down the formula so that during the exam, you just use the formula. I don't expect you to memorize. I say you can write down your one-page handwritten note. From SAT2 until now, Mr. keeps saying, please write down the important thing. Okay, we have done this. So now, we are going to answer part A. So why is all this so important? Because if you don't know all this, you cannot do your A and B. So getting the answer is not an issue. How to get the answer is the issue. That's why you have to, you always need teacher to give you a lot of example because you don't go to the basic of how. You learn by examples. That is not right, especially when you go higher up. There's no such thing as learn by examples. There's no example for you to learn. Tomorrow, how to live, is there an example? No. Okay, now, what are the possible value of S2? So, 2 plus 2, because we talk about random sample, correct? That means every member in the population have an equal chance to be selected into the sample. So that is 4. Or I can have 2 plus 3, that is 5. Or 3 plus 2, that is 5. Or 3 plus 3, that is 6. So, are you okay? So the possible value for S2 is 2, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, answer part A. So part B, find the probability distribution of S2. So we are going to find the probability distribution of S2. So you have to write down S2 and the probability. So to get a 4, what is the probability? To get a 5, what is the probability? To get a 6, what is the probability? Yeah, okay. Can someone tell me what is the probability of getting a 4? What is the probability of getting a 4? Clarissa, why you didn't log in you didn't mark the attendance?
Oh, sorry, miss.
One year also didn't mark the attendance.
Miss, my app says that I took the attendance.
But here didn't have. I export my attendance already. And I have only 20 in the class. There are 5 not in the class. Someone take the attendance and just get out of the class. I don't know your young people. Attendance is not an important thing. Attendance is just the one. Learning is more important than attendance. Okay, I tell you. You can attend the class, you can have the full attendance, but you learn nothing. What for? So if I use attendance to tie you down in learning, then the learning is become meaningless. Okay, can someone give me the probability of getting a 4?
4 over 35.
4 over 35, how you get 4 over 35?
25.
Oh, okay, how you get 4 over 25?
2 over 5 times 2 over 5.
Okay, good. Okay, how about getting a 5?
12/25.
Okay. How about getting a 6?
9/25.
Okay, this one everyone should know, correct? So if you count the mean, you will get this. Then you will get the standard deviation, you will get this. Yeah, this one you also can put into L1 and L2 and get the answer. Or you can use the formula to get the answer. So formula is equally important. How to explain S2 is important. Okay, there will be a question on that. And the question will also ask what is the probability of getting certain thing. Yeah, the sum or greater than whatsoever. Okay, so you can based on the, but I didn't ask you to build the table. Yeah, because it's too time consuming. So I didn't ask that. Okay, now, can we go to question 2? So this is one very important thing you have to write down in your notes. Okay, can we go to question 2? Okay, a baseball team score an average of 0.4 runs per innings, okay? With a standard deviation of 0.1. Yeah, so that X be the score. So the mean for X is equal to 0.4 run per inning, and the standard deviation for X is 0.1 runs. Okay, now let S9 be the total number of runs the team. You see, they define S9. See or not? During a 9 innings game. That means there are many 9 inning game. Yeah, so total, they use the word total. So the question define the S9 for you. Okay, no, so now S9. So define already, so I won't ask you to define. So if I ask you to define S9, you define as like the textbook. Yeah, so find the mean and the standard deviation for S9. Okay. The mean for S9. Yeah. Okay, you should know the answer already, correct? Yeah, Emily, answer please. Emily? Emily, you want to respond to me or don't want to respond to me? Emily Kim. Okay, may I know what is the mean for, yeah, why 2, Emily? Why you use 2 times 0.4? Sum of how many? What is the n? Yes. Okay, then what is the standard deviation for S9? Total number of, yeah. So is square root of 9 times 0.1. So that's all. You get 2 marks. Exam, I will ask like that. Okay? You will get 2 marks. I ask you to explain what is S9 in that situation. So you go according to the situation. Then I ask you what is the mean of the distribution of S9 and the standard deviation of S9. So explaining S9, you get 1 mark. Finding this, you get 1 mark. You get 1 mark here. Then after that, find the probability. So I ask you to find the probability that the S9 is less than, okay, maybe less than 4 runs. Okay, so what you need to do is, I will tell you, this is normally distributed. Then you can use normal CDF. Are you clear? So that's why you need this. So I say, if S9 is normally distributed. So this one you get another 2 marks. So altogether you will get how many marks? 5 marks easily out of 42. So that is how you are going to score. Depend on you, how much you want to jot it down, how much you want to know the situation. So this one you can use normal CDF. So I form a question like that. I can tell you what I want to ask you. That's why I'm very surprised. I can tell you exactly what I want to ask you, and yet you can don't pass your test. That is very sad. That is, you get the answer. Okay. Got it? So your SAT is something that is, to me, is something that is very light in the sense that it's only test you on one chapter. If that also you cannot make it, then something very wrong. Okay. Dana, can we go to number 3? A random variable X has a mean of, so this is our population. Is a random variable X. Okay, this random variable X has a mean of 35 and a standard deviation of 8. Find the mean and the standard deviation of X bar 4 and X bar 30. Okay, now, Laura, can you please explain to me what is X bar 4? I will ask this also. Okay. What is X bar 4? Kelvin.
Morning, Miss. Is it the mean of sample mean of 4?
Mean of sample mean of 4.
Sample mean of 4.
Okay, X bar 4 is sample random sample, or if you want to put the word random sample, so how you put it? Mean of random samples. Okay, if you want to be more precise, you will say mean of samples that are drawn from the, so there are many ways of answering. Make sure you answer it correctly, okay? Means of random sample that are drawn from the population, whereby the sample size is 4. If I'm talking about X is the weight of apples from a population, then I would say the mean of random sample, the mean of 4 apples that are drawn from the population. I can say like that. Because here I don't have the scenario, so I say I use the sample size is 4. Okay, so you explain that. Yeah, there's one part on that also. Now, how to find the, okay, now I ask you another question. For this one, I can ask, is the distribution of X bar 4 normally distributed? Is the distribution of X bar 4 normally distributed?
No.
No. Why?
Sample size is not more than 30 and they didn't state it in the question.
Yeah. So that is another one. All right. Then how to find the mean? How to find the mean? Okay, I write in words. How to find the mean of X bar 4 distribution? Is equal to, so how we write mean of the X bar 4 distribution? So it's equal to Jared?
It is equals to the mean of the population X, which is 35.
Yeah, okay, thank you. So it's good that during the exam you write like that. Okay, you write it this way. I tell you today I give you 10 marks. Yeah, that is, then only you write 35. Okay, then Jared, how about the standard deviation?
For the standard deviation is a standard deviation of the population X, which is, in case is 8, and you divide by square root 4.
Thank you. So please write down this formula in your book, in your notes. Very important, I'm telling you. So the answer is 4. Same go with B. So you define, you get 1 mark. You get the mean, 1 mark, 2 mark. Then after that, I will continue with other things. Are you okay? So can you please today immediately make notes on this? Can or not? Okay, so this is part A. Then part B, the mean of, okay, is X bar 30 normally distributed? The answer is a yes, okay? So the mean is equal to the population mean, so equal to 35. So the standard deviation for X bar 30 distribution is equal to 4 divided by square root of 30. Yeah, then you get the answer. Okay, the bigger the sample, the less variation the sample mean will be. All right? Okay, so we have done that. So we go to question 4. So I give you 10 marks already. You don't say I didn't give you. Okay, let's go to question 4. Okay, they say the mature height of a particular species of plant have the mean. Okay, I say H is the matured height. So I define my variable. So my population will be what? What is the population in this situation? Marcus, can you define the population? Marcus, next time I must make it like that. If I call you third time, you didn't respond to me, then I'm going to do something about it. Marcus, please.
the mature height of a particular species of a plant out of 40 plants?
Oi, young man. Population. You see, until today, you still cannot define the population. Or if you want to say if all the matured plant, if you want to say that, you can say all the matured plant. Correct or not? You are studying that. Okay, all the matured plant of this species, that is my population in this situation. Are you clear? So this is very important when you define your. So now, yeah. So this is the population. Okay, this population, the mean, their mean height, you are talking of the parameter of interest is the height. Yeah. So H is the mean height is 21. The standard deviation of the population is square root of 90. Okay, now we do sampling. Still remember what is sampling? What is sampling? Yeah. Do you know how to define sampling? Okay, so that one you go and find out by yourself. Sampling. Okay, then a random samples. So now I'm doing sampling. Okay, what is the sample size? When you do sampling, you have to determine the sample size. What is the sample size in this case? Mikia. What is the sample size? May I know? Mikia, what is the sample size? Question 4. Review set 9A.
Is it okay? 40 times 21.
Why 40 times 21? Do you know when I'm asking sample size, what is it? Do you know that?
Oh, wait, okay. 4.5.
Why 4.5? Sample size. That means how many plants from the population I pick to
40.
become the sample. That is called sample size.
40.
So you see, when you read a question, you don't know what is sample size, then I tell you how to answer the question. What do you mean by sample size? Sample size, that means how many plants, in this case, mature plant, that I measure the height to be one of the samples. That is the meaning of sample size. Okay, now, is my sample mean distribution is the distribution of sample mean of size 40 normally distributed why? Yeah, I keep asking all these questions means you have to know. Nafis, Hassan?
No, no, this is not normally distributed.
Nafis, Hassan?
Yes, miss.
Yeah.
Uh,
Is the
Yeah, this is normally distributed because 40 is greater than 30.
thank you. Rikia, you see,
Yes.
you can't do something well if whatever I have taught you, you didn't write it down on your note. You can't afford to not write it down because as you grow older, there are a lot of things you are supposed to remember. You can't afford to. That's why we give you 1-page handwritten notes to bring in. Okay, so good.
Good to do, no?
Do you know there's a lot of problem with the way you learn? That's why it result this thing. I told you already. Okay, I'm not trying to be naggy, but I'm telling you, please change. Okay. You are no more 7 years old. 7 years old is very little thing. You sure must remember one. Okay. Okay, now, so now, according to, so now we know that, so we know that it's normally distributed, so we can use normal CDF to find the probability, correct? But before we use normal CDF to find the probability, we have to know the mean of the sample mean distribution, correct? Yeah, according to CLT, the mean of the sample mean distribution is equal to the population mean, am I right? So which is 21 cm. And the standard deviation, okay, so I'm going to ask another person. So actually, I'm not wasting time. I'm just, okay, Rachel, may I know what is the standard deviation of this one?
Square root 90 divided by
Square root 90 divided by okay, divided by correct, you're right.
Root 40.
Square root of 40. Okay, so it will be, if you put here square root of 9 over 4. So it's 3 over 2. All right. Okay, good. Why I need this? Because if I don't have this, then I cannot find the probability. So now my interest is finding the probability of H bar 40 between 19.5 and 24. So because it's normally distributed, so I can take out my GC and write down normal CDF, open bracket, 19.5, comma, 24. Write down the mean here. Okay, this one it's happened that it is a nice number, so you key in 3/2. But if it's a square root, you just key in exact value, okay? Then you get your answer. So there will be one part on that. So this part will be around 6 or 7 marks also. So altogether today, after I discuss question 1 to 4 with you, actually I give you 10 marks, 1/4 of the paper already. But you don't expect Miss Low to give exactly like that, okay? No way. I'm telling you what concept I want to test you. So are you okay? So you can check your answer from your textbook. Can someone give me the answer? Can someone give me the answer? Xuan Kang. Xuan Kang, Nga Xuan Kang.
Yeah, Miss.
Answer, please. You see, I know already. You did. Okay, okay.
0.819.
Is it correct? Someone confirm?
Yeah, I got that as well.
891.
819.
8111.
819. Thank you. Okay. Okay, so the rest of it, you go and try to do. So whole of next week, I will slowly revise part by part with you. And the practice test, you can start to do it also. Are you clear? And I also got give some of the question in the times whereby I got give the answer, you go and study about it. So any question? So anyone have any question about the folio or any specific question in the textbook you want me to explain now? Don't have, you are busy with other subjects. So you didn't even spare half an hour a day for maths. Huh? I told you already, maths is the subject that you cannot study last minute. You study last minute, sure fail.
Ms. Doe, I do
Yes.
have one question about
Yeah,
the
okay.
folio. I just wanted to double confirm the data that we take, right? It can be made up as long as it's logical, right?
Yes.
Okay. Right.
You
thank
can make it up as long as it's logical. So try to not to get something that is, because you must understand you have only 3 weeks to write this folio. Okay, you have only 3 weeks to write this folio. So it's impossible for you to go and do survey, do research, and all these kind of things. So, but try to create something simple. It looks simple, but yet it can allow you to explain a lot of things. You get what I mean? Like even you can create a situation like if your parents have a factory, they produce something, yeah, you can go ahead, get some relevant data from them. You can even admit that your parents are in the production of certain things. It doesn't matter. Whereby that is for that company, so no one can query your values. Like nowadays we talk about we have COVID-19, correct? So there are some who produce the mask, correct? We can talk about in a box of 50 masks. Okay, each box is a sample. So the proportion of masks that is defect. A company claim that is less than 0.1% or whatsoever. Up to you. You can create. Hello? Any other questions? That means someone have started already. Just now, who is the one who asked this question? Hello? EJ, is it? Who is the one? Ethan.
Me, miss.
Ethan, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, Ethan. Okay. So I told you already, maximum 3% can share the same data. Okay. So those who are not very good, you want your friend to help you, you can approach your friend. So help each other. But when you do the write out, you do the write out by yourself. You can communicate with each other. Then you try to come up with your own. Then you see how it goes. So Ethan, what topic are you going to talk about? If you don't mind to share, it's okay. Ethan?
My idea so far is that I want to do something about like a training grounds for shipping. So I'll talk about a sample of 30 people and the number of shots they make per round. So from there, I can do mean distributions. And then because the sample size is 30, so I can talk about normal distribution. So then I'll follow up from there. Yeah. And then I'll have a couple of claims from there.
You have a couple of claims. Okay, if you have type out a couple of claims, then you can email to me. Let me check through your claims and see what I can do to make it better. Okay?
Okay, sure. I still need to work out the small bits here and there. Sorry yet.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. You just take your time. So you see, I make this offer. I'm telling others, if you want, you better do it fast. Like my April, my previous student also. Okay, they tell me roughly what they want to write. Okay, then I input some idea. That is what I can do to help you. Okay, I tell you, this is not an easy folio to write. Okay, yeah, with your minimum knowledge. So I can put in some input, but I will not tell you, I will not write for you. That is the most important thing. Yeah, I will not write for you, but I will tell you you can improve in this way, you can improve in that way. Yeah. So please